Welcome back everyone, I am the Depressed Eeyore and this is Final Fantasy Tactics. So we're in the start of Chapter 3 and this is actually my second attempt to record this. I was successful in the other recording, but in the meantime, while waiting to actually, upload the video, I was grinding and doing all the requirements for that a bunch of you guys had left behind on some of the characters, and also some of you guys gave me updates throughout the game, the playthrough, so I've been actually making those changes as I go. I also was taking this as an opportunity to start exploring things such as the fur shop, which we have access to. The fur shop, you have to have someone that has Secret Hunt in order to access it. Even if you have furs, you have to have someone equipped with Secret Hunt in order to actually use your furs. The way Secret Hunt works is you have to have, it's a support ability that as long as you have equipped, you can, if you kill a monster with a, essentially with your standard attack command, double strikes do count. They will, instead of leaving a body behind, they instead will just disappear and you get a pelt. The moment that you get their pelt, that's when it's randomly decided what sort of thing you get. You either get the common drop or you get the rare drop. The rare drop's about 16% chance, and then the common drop is everything else. So every monster has a rare drop and a regular drop as far as their Secret Hunt furs are concerned, or poaching, I guess you can call it. And like I said, every monster has a common and rare, and there's a lot of monsters and monster types, so I went ahead and took advantage of that. For example, I went to Zigla's Swamp and fought some Tonberry style enemies, and ended up getting a common drop from like one of their advanced characters, known as the Ryozan Silk. Ryozan Silk is the strongest cloth in the game. 15 attack power, weapon evasion is 50%, and it has a range of 2. It also all cloths have the chance of canceling casting and charging. Now, the damage formula for Ryozan Silk is your average attack and magic multiplied by weapon power. So in this case, it is 13 plus 7 divided by 2 is 10, times 15 is 150 base damage. So needless to say, this weapon is pretty powerful. You also might notice there's some new weapons. Some of them I purchased, some of them I poached. Twist headbands I believe I got through poaching. They're just like a basic cloth item. You will eventually get access to these if we don't have them already, and they give +2 attack. There's also Judo outfits that cancel instant death, which we could have used sooner, and gives you +1 physical attack. You might also notice I have a Heroic Glove. The Heroic Glove you can get from the third type of Goblin, the green ones. Those ones, their rare poach is the Heroic Glove, which just gives +1 attack power, very much like the Power Glove. But it also gives you the ability to cancel instant death, death sentence, crystal, and treasure. Now, I've never seen the item that gives you immunity to crystal and treasure. So in this case, I think what it does is if you die, you pretty much die like a guest. You won't have a timer. I can't confirm it because I've never actually had a character that had this equipped die yet. Alright, so yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, and I'll talk a little bit more about updates. Also, this is not Renezuki. I actually got rid of Renezuki, and then I realized I needed to do more grinding, so I just hired another character. And I specifically got one that was the Zodiac type that would be the best as far as beating the tar out of him. But anyway, other items that we also got. Let's see. I don't think we have anything super special. The shops did get updated, so I did buy a bunch of stuff from that. So we have like Murasames and things like that. Nothing too out of the ordinary. But there is one item I don't have equipped. It's a female-only item known as the Ribbon. Ribbons they only provide 1 HP, which makes them the weakest as far as armor is concerned. But they cancel all effects. And it's female only, and any female character can equip it on their head. So yeah, pretty useful. In fact, I think a monk could actually equip this. I'm not entirely sure though, I've never tried it. But I'm pretty sure they can, which means that would actually give them an extra HP. As well as, all the immunities. The way you get the ribbon is there's a piglet type enemy. There's a chance you can get a, in Linaria Plateau we had that one encounter against all those casters. There's a rare chance that you'll fight those casters, and in the center there'll be a guest, which will be a very base tier pig type monster. If you win the battle, that pig will offer to join your party, and all monsters in this game can breed with themselves and lay eggs. And every egg they lay, there's a chance they'll either hatch they'll hatch one of the 3 tiers of their race. So I got that pig, had him join the party, and had him lay eggs until I got the rarest type of pig, which is the wild bow. The wild bow has a rare poach, which is the ribbon. So yeah, there is a weaker form of the ribbon you can get from like the tier 2 pigs, known as the beret, which provides 10 HP and doesn't block everything, but it blocks most status effects. But I went ahead and got 4 ribbons, just in case. Obviously Rams I can't use it, so that's why I only got 4. And the trick you can do in this game is, of course, you can breed a bunch of your own monsters and then kill them yourself. And they'll permanently die, because obviously they leave no body behind. But you can also save state or load your game every time you kill a batch of them. If you didn't get any rare drops, you can just redo it over and over again until you get everything you need. I think that's about it. There was a few other items I considered getting, but it was kind of just a pain. I didn't really want to deal with it. As far as grinding, I stuck to Swiggy Woods coming in from the west, which just provided me those easy encounters, and it was pretty straightforward. Anything else I'm missing? I don't think I am. I think I got everything. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the characters. But first I'll go ahead and talk about the unique characters that'll be coming up in Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is going to have Rafa and Malak, which are going to pretty much show up at the very end. They are the Heaven and Hell Knights, which are kind of their own unique class that can do some really random attacks that hit a random number of times. They boosted the effect in this patch version, but it's still a random attack that's very hard to use. That being said, I also want to go ahead and mention, if you want a unique character, you do not have to use their unique class. For example, if you want Agrius to be a chemist, she could be a chemist. That's completely fine by me. I don't really care. It just means you have a chemist that doesn't look like the other chemist. So same thing for Rafa and Malak. If you want to just use them just to have the unique sprites and type things like that, that is all more power to you. There is one other character that is specific to the patched version. It is Rift Traveler, I think Marche is his name. He's supposedly the main character from Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. I don't really have much care for him, but I will pick him up along the way. And the way this is going to work is I'll pick up any unique characters along the way, and if no one votes for them, and I run out of room, I'll drop them, unless they're plot significant. So that's going to be the plan. So there's 3 potential characters you can go. There's Marche. I don't really know much about his unique class or his stats. I never use him. Rafa and Malak, I don't really have much to say about them because I usually don't use them. And if I were to use them, I probably wouldn't use their unique class. And that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and go quickly over the characters we have. So as you can see, everyone's a lot higher level, to say the least. Our highest level character is 4. She's level 29. Part of the reason was I used him to kill a lot of times, and he was also the person I was killing for poaching, so that's a thing. Anyway, Ramza, the main thing I did with Ramza is I got him move +3. I went ahead and used this as an opportunity to get all the high tier stuff that was, missing. So, kind of got that going. Wizard-wise, I did learn Dark Holy, and that's about it. Obviously, I've unlocked just about everything for a lot of characters. The only classes I haven't unlocked for anyone is Sage, oddly enough. Anyway, Auric. Oh, sorry. So yeah, Rams is still at Black Magic, White Magic, Hamado, Magic Attack up, and he now has Move +3. Equipment-wise, it's all just magic increasing stuff. So Magic Triangle Hat gives +1, Wizard Robe gives +2, and Magic Gauntlet gives +2. And then I use an Elemental Rod based off whatever. Eventually I'll get a Wizard Rod, which also gives + magic. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep going. Auric. He recently requested getting Hamado. I just got him Hamado. That was the last thing I did, was got him Hamado, because he was kind of the last person to speak up. So I pretty much made him a samurai, got him as 1,000 job points, got him Hamado. That's about it. Everything else. Oh, also I don't think I had ignore height at the time, but I did get it finally. So he now has ignore height. In fact, he can actually master it right now. So let's go ahead and make him master. There you go. He is now a master lancer. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going. Erin, nothing new with her. She became a master dancer. That is it. I haven't got any updates. Speaking of updates, some of the characters that did, initially give ideas for characters did leave out certain abilities, and by default I would use whatever. So if you didn't provide me a secondary skill, I just by default pick item, unless you're a chemist, in which case I'll pick basic skill. If you didn't give me a reaction skill, I will give you weapon guard, even if it's not useful. For a support ability, it'll probably be empty. I might give you equip change, if anything. And for movement, I would by default give you move +1, assuming I have enough job points. So by all means, speak up. So if some of the characters that do have item generally have item because they didn't ever give me a secondary, so they just have it. Now, granted, item is useful because it has Phoenix Downs and all that nonsense, but it's good to know. Anyway, equipment-wise, she is now using Ryozan Silk, so if she wants to go and pound people with Silk, she can. Everything else is just bolstering her attack power. Heroic Gloves are, of course, for those fancy immunities, and that's about it. Speaking of gear, Auric just has tanky stuff for the most part. He has a new spear, he has the best spear, the best shield, all that nonsense. Anyway, Forge. Forge is still working towards mastering Samurai, but everything else is pretty straightforward. Yeah, I've already had pretty much everything unlocked for him. The only thing I needed to do was give him move +3, so I made him into a bard, got him move +3, and called it a day. Equipment-wise, he's equipped with the Murasame, which is the strongest katana we have access to. Everything else, all his gear is not as tanky, but it all provides at least some sort of stat increase, usually towards magic. Magic is what influences your draw-out abilities, so I went ahead and just stuck with that, so he has some, magical attack options as well. There's not really much heavy armor that provides physical attack, so I figured that was the next best thing. Diamond Armlet, of course, gives +1 physical and magic, and cancels slow. Okay, next, Chizad. I have yet to get any updates for Chizad. He has the best tanky gear I can get him. I went ahead and gave him move +3 just to kind of give him something, because I figured, might as well get him some movement. So yeah, so now he has 6 movement, so that's better than nothing. Nothing about him, because he's just fodder. Area. Nothing too special. Oh, actually for Chizad, Master Knight has all the knight abilities. Nothing really else to point out. He does have access to Mime now. That's just because I had to go through so much to get Bard. Anyway, for Arya, nothing too special. Draw out item, generator 2 swords. I just got her move +3 by making her into a dancer. All that nonsense, so that's been taken care of. Other than that, she's just been learning abilities. Her gear's pretty similar to Forge. She just has 2 katanas instead of just 1. Matsuno Kokoro. Not much to say about her. I don't even think I can give her other abilities, can I? Yep, I can't. So yeah, she's just there. Her stats have increased. She's a little vulnerable HP wise, but that's because she can't really equip anything. But she has high speed, high movement, high jump, and her stats are pretty good for someone that doesn't have any gear. Anyway, Shun reaction. Let's see, mediator skills, knows all the talk skills. Got him move +3 as requested. But actually, I think he was requesting like move +3 or fly or something like that, but I just gave him move +3. Monk-wise, he has all the monk abilities. All of them. So that's pretty straightforward. Equipment-wise, Judo outfit for attack power, Heroic Glove for more attack power and immunity to death. And that's about it. Oh, HP restore, all that nonsense. Anyway, Mosh. What's he got? Well, besides getting him caught up in levels, the only new things that stand out is the move MP up, which is a bard-only skill. Dancers can't get it, so this is a male-only skill. So every time he moves, he'll actually get some MP back, very much like Deleted did. other than that, Oracle-wise, he has all the spells, and in fact, he's actually able to become a master. So we'll go ahead and take care of that, I guess. There you go. So he knows all the Oracle abilities. Time Mage-wise, he learned I don't think he learned anything new. I didn't really take any time to grind it, because I've been using mostly his Oracle stuff more than anything. Besides that, his gear is pretty straightforward. Mostly just magic attack increases, so he can, because that supposedly will increase his chances for status effects to hit. Red shoes for additional mobility, and that's about it. Nostadio is just there for plot convenience until someone actually votes for him. Agrius was really far behind because obviously we picked her up late, didn't really have any options for grinding. But she is a Holy Knight. She doesn't know all of her Holy Knight abilities yet, but she's getting there. She knows White Magic, which gave her access to pretty much the standard stuff. Most of these I just got through crystals. We probably should get her the life and full life spell eventually, but I'll worry about that later. She has Meat Bone Slash. I have yet to see it really do anything. She has to get critical to actually have it proc. She does have attack up, which means her Holy Knight abilities do more damage, but there is the chance they can be blocked and avoided. And the final thing I got by request was Fly, which is a dancer ability, very much like Aaron's. And that's pretty much everybody. So if you have any additional updates, just let me know. Though at this point I'll probably go ahead and continue on the quest line because I'm kind of above the level curve now. I don't really mind being above the level curve after the hell I just went through for fighting that one boss. Speaking of that one boss, I did take a look at my previous playthrough, and I pretty much stumbled upon the same method of fighting. I think my previous playthrough was slightly higher level, not by much. And the way my previous playthrough did it was Ramza was the one that was the samurai that was holding him in place, the boss in place, and I had I think it was a monk that had a battle skill that was doing magic ruin to debuff his magic attack. And I actually was like super lucky against that boss on my previous playthrough because apparently was it full life could actually miss back then. I don't know if it was because of Zodiac stuff or what, but yeah, there was only like a 50% hit chance with the full life spell. So even when my characters got zombied and eventually killed, by then I was able to actually kill the boss in time. So I don't like the fact it was a damage race against something that has like 2600 HP. That's why I saw that number thrown around somewhere, so I think it sounds about right, because that was a lot of damage we did to that boss. And he also lost all of his weaknesses, so even Holy didn't do extra damage, which really sucks. Even if it did extra damage, it would have only done maybe a fourth of his HP though, so I guess there's that. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I wanted to go ahead and make this video again. I'm actually rather exhausted, but I needed to get this out for the video tomorrow. So I wanted to go ahead and give a more up-to-date view of all the characters after grinding. So hopefully you guys appreciate that, I guess. But by all means, let me know if there's any changes. It probably won't happen immediately, but it will, of course, give me some options. And of course, if you want to vote for any of the unique characters, let me know. I will make note of it. Do note, the Onion Knight has already been taken. I don't think we get the Onion Knight this chapter. It's probably the next chapter. Anyway, that's about it. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Final Fantasy Tactics. See you guys later.